I think working from home has so many benefits. Like no commute time, right? You can just roll out of bed and start your day.
Yeah, but you miss the social part of work. It can get lonely.
True, but there are ways around that. You can join online communities or have video calls with colleagues. Plus, it's way more comfortable to wear what you want.
But then you might end up not dressing up at all. I find it hard to be productive when I'm in my pajamas.
That's why you need a routine. Get dressed like you're going to the office. It helps keep you focused and professional.
What about distractions at home though? Family pets, they can really interrupt your flow.
Well, set boundaries. Tell everyone in your house that during certain hours you're at work. And yeah, it takes discipline. But once you get used to it, it's amazing how much more efficient you can be.
Still, seems tough to balance everything without getting overwhelmed.
That's why planning is key. Have a clear schedule for your tasks and breaks. And remember, some days will be harder than others, but over time, you adapt, and it gets easier.
Guess I'll try to give it a go sometime then.
Definitely worth trying. Once you see how much control you have over your environment and time, you won't want to go back to the office all the time. Speaking of which, one big challenge is maintaining a good work-life balance at home. It's easy to let work spill into your personal time.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry. How do you avoid it?
Setting strict boundaries helps a lot. You need a designated workspace and specific work hours. When those hours are over, you should stop working.
But how do you actually stick to it? Especially when deadlines are tight.
That's tricky, but communicating clearly with your team is important. Let them know your schedule and when you're available. Also, make sure you take breaks during the day to refresh yourself.
What if you feel guilty taking breaks or leaving work unfinished?
Remember, burnout isn't productive. Taking breaks keeps you sharp and prevents stress from building up. And don't forget to plan ahead. Prioritize tasks so the most critical ones get done within your set hours.
Easier said than done though. Sometimes it feels like there's always something else to do.
Exactly. That's why setting priorities and sticking to a schedule is crucial. Otherwise, it's too tempting to just keep working all the time. Another thing to consider is setting up your home office properly. It can really impact your productivity and comfort.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. What are some best practices?
First, choose a quiet space if possible. A dedicated room or a corner where there's less foot traffic works well.
Makes sense. What about furniture?
Invest in a good chair and desk. Ergonomics are key to avoiding back pain and other issues. Make sure your setup allows you to sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor.
And what about lighting?
Natural light is great, so try to position your desk near a window. If that's not possible, use good quality overhead lights and maybe a desk lamp to reduce eye strain.
Any tips for staying organized?
Absolutely. Keep essential items like pens, notebooks, and chargers within arm's reach. Use shelves or filing cabinets to keep documents and supplies tidy. Clutter can really affect focus.
Sounds practical. Anything else?
Don't forget about technology. Ensure you have a reliable internet connection and all necessary equipment like a second monitor or a webcam if needed. Also, having a separate phone line or extension can help minimize interruptions from personal calls. Another important aspect is communication strategies when you're working remotely. It's crucial to stay connected with your team effectively.
Yeah, I can imagine. How do you keep the lines of communication open?
Use tools like Slack or Microsoft Teams for regular updates and quick messages. Video calls are also great for meetings where face-to-face interaction is needed.
What about keeping everyone on the same page without overwhelming them?
Set clear expectations for how often you'll check in. Daily stand-ups or weekly meetings can help, but make sure they're brief and focused. Over-communicating can lead to information overload.
Makes sense. Any tips for handling conflicts remotely?
Address issues promptly and directly. Sometimes a quick call or video chat can resolve misunderstandings faster than email exchanges. It's also helpful to establish ground rules for communication early on.
Good point. How do you handle emergencies or urgent matters?
For urgent issues, have a protocol in place. Maybe use a specific channel or tool for high-priority alerts. Make sure everyone knows how to reach you in case of an emergency.
Seems like it requires some planning ahead.
Definitely. Having clear guidelines and using the right tools can make remote work smoother and more effective.